A video done?
We're going to kill the sound on that so you're not having to listen to me twice all at the same time. All right. Yeah, we had pastors' prayer meeting this morning, and the pastors who were assembled there at the United Methodist Church had a good time of fellowship and sharing our hearts about what it's like to navigate in church life, the difficulty of leading folks when we don't know what tomorrow is going to look like. I know we don't ever know what tomorrow is because we don't hold that. The Lord does. But you know what? I'm monitoring this on a place where I can't see who is watching. How about that? So I won't be able to welcome you in, but for those of you that are joined, welcome. Thanks for joining in with us. I relish the chance to come into your life ever so often and just offer a word of encouragement. I'm going to take the first 3 verses of Isaiah 43 today, and I'm gonna tell them to you instead of reading them to you, because there's some great encouragement. But I find myself hearing this differently than what the Bible says. I know that sounds terrible, but I do. I hear the Lord speaking through this, not word for word, but thought for thought. He says in the first few verses of Isaiah 43 that there will be times that we have to pass through the water. There are rivers to cross, but he says they will not overwhelm you. He says there's going to be times that we walk through the fire, that we have to put up with the flame, but we will not be burned. And he says those two things. The water will not overwhelm you. The fire will not burn you because you're mine. Because I'm with you. Because I call you by name. I have redeemed you. He reminds us that it is Him who has created us. He's the one. He's the one who has created us and redeems us and calls us by name and walks with us through the fire and carries us through the flood. If that's the kind of God He was for Isaiah, that is the same kind of God He is for me and for you. And there is great encouragement in that. I find incredible comfort in knowing that I will not be consumed by what comes my way. There is the idea that when I am experiencing something good, that it must be from the Lord. Yeah? But what I need to get to the point of understanding is when I'm experiencing something from the Lord, it is for my good. And those are two very different ideas. There may be fire, there may be water that feels like it's about to overwhelm me. The Lord knows it's there. It had to pass by His throne before it came to me. He's with me in it. And so it's for my good. I need to remember that today. I need to remember in a time when I'm trying my best to sort out how to regather at our church. I need to remember when I'm beginning to feel the push from within my own self to reassemble the body of believers that meets at First Baptist Church. I need to remember that God is the one who is still on the throne. He is the one who is still willing to lead. He is still willing to walk with me through this flood. He's still willing to be in the fire with me. He has not promised to remove me from the flame. He's not promised to pluck me out of that water. He's promised to be with me there. And I need to remember that. And maybe you need to remember it too. I don't know what today holds for you, but I can tell you this. If you can take whatever today holds for you and you can lay it at the feet of Jesus, your life will be so much better. I trust that until the next time that I get to lay eyes on you, you remember that I love you and I'm praying for you.